I'm going to get Dad of the Year award, I think, if I tell you this. The worst thing that can happen, if you have kids, you know this, the worst thing of owning them is they wake up so early. I don't know what they think they're going to do, but...
What do you mean owning them?
Well, we own a couple of these kids.
All right.
We got a 2013 model and 2015 low miles. If anyone's in the market, all highway.
Okay.
They're gorgeous. So we've got these kids, they're in our house, and they wake up so early, so I go to great lengths to make sure they won't wake up. So I've put aluminum foil on their windows on the outside. It's like they're meth addicts. I think if the police drove by and could see those windows, they'd be like, we gotta bust that house. But anyways, I also put a towel under the crack of the door where light could come in. They may suffocate, that's not the point of the story. So one night, I'm in there, I sing them Wheels on the Bus, everything's good, they're going to sleep. I go to bend down to pick up the towel to put it under the door, and they have a bookshelf that's like real, you'd love it. It is beautiful wood, nice stain, very elegant. I bend down, wham, straight into the bridge of my nose. Hardest I've ever been hit in the nose, almost blacked out. I let a couple mother rip, just mother. Because I've lost count of where I'm at. I feel like I'm in an alley or something.
Yeah.
So I let a couple of MFers rip. See the bridge of my nose in that photo?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's down to the bone, y'all. So I let these MFers fly. The kids had just heard Wheels on the Bus, and then I was screaming that. And then the worst part of the story is 2 days later, Kristen's walking down the hallway, and Lincoln's in her room trying to get a sweatshirt off. She's like 3, and her arms are all bound up in it. She's getting frustrated, and she goes, "Ow!" And Kristen comes in the kitchen. She goes, "She just said, oh," and I go, "Okay, here's what we do. We pretend it never happened. We'll ignore it. She finds out we don't want her to say it. She'll say it all the time." About 5 hours later, we're at a pool party. Swear to God, she goes, she's in the pool. She goes, "This pool's warm." And again, we were like, so now we're gonna ignore it a second time. Side note, we were like, she's nailing the syntax. Like, she knows that she's used as an adjective, as an adverb.
Smart as can be.
We were proud, and she stopped saying it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you're good parents, it seems.
Again.
Yeah.
And they're for sale, too. So
no, they're
they
not.
come with words.
So you said you have, how many, 2 daughters?
Yes, I have.
How old?
The one's 10 and one's 12, and the bat mitzvah is coming for the older one, Sadie, and she's getting bat mitzvah in like a month.
Oh.
So she's been practicing.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
She's doing great.
What is that age of, is that dating yet, that 12 or 13?
You know, I drive around with her friends, and I hear them talking about boys now. It's amazing the feelings I had about the same boys like 5 years ago when they would mention the kid's name. I'd be like, I love that kid. Now I get very jumpy. They got little tiny mustaches, and they're all a little tall, and their bodies aren't making much sense, and I see them make eye contact with my kid. It's very weird to see a kid lock eyes with a boy while they're talking. It's like, whoa, you lock with daddy's eyes, man.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy, too.
That's a good one, Ellen. You're right. That is gross. You're
right. Easy there.
Not locked.
So
I just say,
I
I'm
understand,
not saying gays.
I understand. I love that you've been so successful in this business, and you know nothing about people in the business. Like, you literally, you go to work, you do your job, you're very good at it, and you know nobody. Like, you thought that Beyonce was a Kardashian. You thought that Chris Hemsworth and who else was it? Ryan Gosling, they were Jonas Brothers. But you've gotten better.
I know the faces. I know faces. Mm-hmm. It's the names I have trouble with. Yeah.
Right. Well, not really. But then Billie Eilish was on last time you were here, so you got to meet Billie Eilish.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I text my daughter and I said it was Billie Eyelash. Mm-hmm. And, you know, but she knew.
She knew who you meant.
Yeah. And then later, you know, we went to the Greek. So we made a connection, and then we saw her at the Greek.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and my younger daughter, Claire, who was here. In fact, Claire's right there now. So,
she's here and there.
There she is.
Hi, Claire. But there's somebody, you went for Father's Day someplace for lunch. This is a good story.
This is a good story. Rayo's. which is an Italian restaurant in Hollywood, which is a little further from where we live. But so I said, I want to go to Rayo's for Father's Day. And so my older daughter, when she found out, freaked out. It's too far to go. Can it be in Santa Monica where we live and that sort of thing? And I said, no, I like Rayo's. So we went and we had a little booth and we sat down and we had just ordered and she was on her phone. And then I saw her look up and all of a sudden it was like she was stricken. I mean, I really thought something was wrong with her. I said, what's the matter? She said, shut up. And then I turned around and I saw a party coming in, and they sat near us and it was Leo DiCaprio.
Leo DiCaprio.
Now, my daughter has had a crush on Leo since Romeo and Juliet.
Right.
So she freaked out. So I said to her, do you want to meet him? Do you want to? She said, oh my God, you always do this. You say you know them and you don't know him. and you'll make a fool of me. I said, all right, no, forget about it. Because my back was to them. So all of a sudden I heard, hey, Ed, happy Father's Day. And I said, oh, thanks, Leo. And, is that your father? Yeah, he was with his dad. So I said, stand up. So she reluctantly stood up, so then introduced. And then we were leaving, we walked by, and Claire said, I want to meet him too. So she met him, and on the way out, he said, Sophia, it was really nice meeting you, sweetheart. So then we walked outside, and she was like comatose. So then we got in the car, and I said, Rayo's really isn't all that far to go.
By the way, you just gave them a big plug. They're going to have a lot of business hoping to run in.
It's good Italian food.
Right, and especially if Leo walks in. So people are just going to be there every day until Leo walks in again.
They asked for the maitre d'. His name is Jonny Roast Beef. Actual name.
Well, it's not his actual name.
It's not his actual name,
I mean,
but it's the name he.
But you call him Jonny Roast Beef?
Yeah.
Did all the screaming wake your child up?
She just woke up right before I walked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she was sound asleep. I went to say hello to her, and I just saw the back of her hair, and she seemed adorable.
Oh, she did. Yeah, she did. That's just a wig that I carry around.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, no, we just got back from the Middle East, from Abu Dhabi, so she's naturally a little jet lagged.
I bet.
Yeah.
And is she good on a plane?
She's pretty good, I mean,
That's a long flight. I mean,
carry a blow dart, so,
Oh.
she's like, and then I just inhale one for myself, move them out. But no, she's actually pretty good. She's into her books and her little, stuff, and yeah, it's nice.
Very
Try
nice.
to keep it kind of analog. It's good, yeah.
Yeah, because she's 4, and then
Yeah.
you had another one with Blake recently. How old is that child?
That happened from sex, and we had just FYI. It is that she's 2.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so she's just turned 2.
So you've only had sex the twice?
Just the 2 times, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a mercenary job, so it's just clinical. Yeah.
So
Hoping for a third soon.
Oh.
No. They say you need to do 10,000 hours of anything you want to be an expert at. So,
I'm sexy.
Yeah. Your mustache is sexy. Let's talk about the video.
I didn't release the video.
Who released it?
My son did.
Have y'all seen this? All right. Can we show it and you talk over it? What's happening?
I'm doing my mustache. It's a private moment. My son was in the dressing room. I'm in Africa. And I don't know that he's doing this because he's my son, so I don't have to watch him. And then who told his stupid behind to post it? Then he posted it, and it went crazy. And now everybody talking about, what was that on your face? What was you doing? All the comments were, Steve Harvey uses a Breville. It's a cordless clipper.
Right.
And so that went viral. So I'm only here for one reason, to get a sponsorship from Breville.
Well,
That's it.
you should get one.
You doggone right.
Yeah.
Probably the most famous person using one, that's for damn sure.
I mean, it makes sense that you are doing it because you wouldn't have someone doing it every day, but you've got to be accurate to make it even on each side. That's really tough work.
Well, it's the only hair I have.
Well, that is true.
Ain't like I gotta do
Well-
a bunch of other stuff. You can...
But just to be clear, you do have other hair.
But it don't get a Breville on it, though. Nah. Yeah, a little bit too sharp.
Are your kids, are they like, do they think you're cool or do they make fun of you like my nieces make fun of me?
We were just talking about this. I didn't tell you this story, what happened on Sunday. My daughter works in a clothing store. It's her first job and she's about to be 16 and I'm so proud of her. And she's, you know, making her way in the world. And I didn't tell her, but I went to surprise her. Not surprise her, I just went to see. And I thought I better buy something. So I took a T-shirt from the rack and I lined up in the queue. And she was at the checkout. And there were 2 checkouts, that's what you call them, right?
Yeah.
In America?
Yeah.
And she saw me and she went like this. And I felt terrible, and so I moved to the other line, just holding my T-shirt, really scared of my daughter. And I paid for the T-shirt, and I'd bought her some fudge, you know, which she loves, this candy fudge. So I said to the lady, could you just give this to my daughter? And as I was leaving, she shouted, I love you, Dad.
Oh.
And that was my...
Oh,
yeah.
that's so sweet.